What's up, dudes and dudettes? It's Jimmy, aka Zero Tolerance 55 here, and today I'm bringing you another part of the Bioshock storyline, picking up, right where I left off at the end of Bioshock 1. If you have not watched any of the other videos, you are going to be lost as hell, so I'm giving you that warning right now. Check them all out. They're all right here, or you can find the links in the description of this video. Before I jump into Bioshock 2, I'm going to do two more videos, this one and another, that explain all the events that happened between the two games because a couple of years pass. So I want you guys to know what happened in Rapture and also what happened on the surface that caused this weird chain of events that, lead up to Bioshock 2. So anyway, at the conclusion of the first Bioshock, it's revealed that Jack went back to the surface and some of the Little Sisters were present throughout the rest of his life. This is explained by the fact that after Jack left Rapture, Bridget Tenenbaum also left the city, bringing the rescued Little Sisters with her. What she didn't know was that the removal of the girls would cause a serious chain of events in Rapture that spiraled out of control. Without the girls present to recycle Adam from the corpses in the city, Adam became harder to find and the Splicers became more violent and insane due to severe Adam withdrawal, leaving only the strongest Splicers left alive. It is during this time that Sophia Lamb emerged from Persephone and took control of the city. Being one of Ryan's old political rivals, she used the lack of leaders to her advantage and started recruiting splicers into her so-called Rapture family. This family was really a cult led by Lamb and her second-in-command Simon Wales, which she used to take control of the splicers remaining in Rapture. She also went on to revive the Protector-Gatherer program with the help of Dr. Gilbert Alexander, the former head of Fontaine Futuristics. Alexander began creating stronger big daddies to fight the splicers, including a new model codenamed the Rumbler. Along with this, he also created the Big Sister program with Sophia Lamb. The Big Sister program focused on the little sisters who were left in Rapture that were too old to harvest Adam. These girls were not released of their mental conditioning, however, but instead turned into Sophia Lamb's personal army of Big Sisters. They were injected with plasmids and stuff to give them supernatural abilities and speed. Sophia Lamb was focused on creating the first utopian. So her and Dr. Alexander began researching and conducting experiments based on mental conditioning, focusing more on the mental conditioning that was used on Jack. Alexander selected himself for an experiment which would implant the collective knowledge of Rapture in his head. This information, which had been gathered the last 7 years, would be implanted using Adam, and would cause him to lose his own personality in the process, but he didn't care because he was serving the family the best he could. This showed how much power Sophia Lamb had over all those left in Rapture. The experiment backfired, however, and Alexander was heavily mutated by the Atom. Lamb abandoned him in Fontaine Futuristics because he was a failure in her eyes. Alexander was left alone, with control over the entire facility, as the Atom drove him mad. Before it did, however, he managed to leave behind a single message for the next sane person to come across, and that was to kill the insane mutation that he would become. I know this one was short, but this one focused mainly on what happened within Rapture at the end, after Bioshock 1. The next one is going to focus on something else that happened on the surface, so stay tuned for that one.